Hi there. Today is Monday, the 17th of January, and I'm doing a video journal entry. I'm actually a couple days late. I had said that I was going to do it once a week on Saturdays, but on Saturday, mentally, I just wasn't there. I think I had some frustration, and I was letting that frustration get the best of me. And so now I thought, let me just go ahead and take a few minutes and do my check-in. So my commitment is to do a video journal once a week and to also do a check-in, a weigh-in once a week too. So part of the reason that I didn't feel good about doing a video journal on Saturday is because I did my weigh-in and I actually gained 2.5 pounds, which I was very discouraged. I'm my own worst enemy, sadly. Rather than just doing weekly weigh-ins, I had been doing weigh-ins daily. So the week before, I lost almost 5 pounds, so like 4.8 pounds. And with every time I got on the scale every day, I had lost weight. And so seeing that I was accomplishing something, or things were going in the direction that I wanted them to go in, getting on the scale and seeing that I had lost was actually good motivation to keep doing the things that I said I was going to do. And so things that I said that I was going to do, from an eating standpoint, that I wasn't going to eat outside of 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., that I was going to stay away from, bread, pasta, and also just empty calorie food. And so last week I didn't do a good job with that. It's almost like as soon as I stepped on the scale and realized that the scale was heavier than the day before, it just shot my confidence to hell, and it caused me to just not to stick to the plan wholehearted. So there were a few days last week that I ate outside of those hours, because before it was like, I'm not going to put, other than water, I wasn't going to put anything in my mouth. I wasn't going to consume anything other than water outside of those hours, even if it was a vitamin. And so so I wasn't good about that last week. And then, in terms of not eating empty calorie food, I wasn't true to that as well. And I guess I gave myself, a pass, because I have been logging my food using the Weight Watchers app. And with Weight Watchers, you can track your weight and everything there. And it tells you based on your weight and based on how much exercise you've been doing and how many vegetables you've been eating, what your points allotment was. And with Weight Watchers, you can eat whatever you want. And so there were some empty calorie foods that I ate. There were, I know that there were some candy that I ate. So it was just, I made several bad choices that went against what I know I need to stick to, and I let myself do that because I got discouraged. And so when I got on the scale, even though from a Weight Watcher standpoint I was doing everything right, I still gained this weight. So this week is a new week. Today's a new day, and I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna try again. I was actually talking to one of my daughters earlier this morning, and I was kind of telling her that I had been discouraged, and I have to figure out how to change my mindset and not to be self-sabotaging when, something doesn't go my way, that type of stuff. And she was reminding me of something that was written. I don't know if it was like 9 Effective Habits of Successful People or something like it. It's like one of those things like that was like in the Harvard Business Journal, where they were talking about if you have a goal and you really want to stick to it, then you need to create some what if scenarios in advance. It's almost like risk mitigation. Like if there's a possibility that you may do something, like I said I wasn't going to eat, 0-calorie foods. I wasn't going to eat bread. And so one of the things that I am, I guess there's a couple things that happened, right? One situation, my grandson's like, oh, well, Gigi, I brought something for you. You haven't had it in a long time. I know you really like it. And he bought me these high chews, which are these little candies that I like, but I don't need to be eating any candy. And instead of disappointing him, I went ahead and ate it. I ate several of them. And I need to plan in advance for those types of situations. Like when somebody brings some pizza in your house, what are you going to do? What's the alternative to eating some pizza? Or what's the alternative to eating this candy that's in your house? So I need to create some of those what if scenarios and then actually use that mitigation plan when I'm faced with it. So I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do that. I think that type of advanced strategic planning would work well for me. So that's where I am. I just wanted to be honest that last week I kind of went off the rails a little bit and was discouraged. And, and that discouragement, I think, even impacted me from an exercise standpoint. I took the day off. I probably took 2 days off last week, and I had been pretty good, actually very good, really, for the past, like 13 months. I've been, exercising every day, and that exercise could consist of, most of the time it consists of daily yoga practice. I try to add in, cardio, whether it be getting on the treadmill, walking, running. I had committed, at some point in time last year to run at least a mile every day. And then this year I added strength training as well. So I didn't do as much strength training last week. And I think I was telling myself like, oh, maybe I gained weight because, I'm doing all this strength training and muscle weighs more than fat. And even though I shouldn't worry about it, I get really discouraged when the weight on the scale goes up. So I got to get my head straight around those things and get back on track, get with the plan, get with my program that I have been so good at so far. So that's where I am. That's my check-in for today. I am going to claim that I'm going to do better on all fronts this week so that when I check in on Saturday, it's better. See you later.